But anyway, so today we are starting our run in Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. I'm very excited about this one. So I've played a bit. If you guys haven't seen it, I did put a first impressions or initial impressions video on my YouTube channel. I've played for about 4 hours, but in those 4 hours, a lot of it was kind of like testing stuff. So I didn't get super far. And from what I've experienced so far, I'm very excited. What I'm kind of hoping for here, because obviously our Oblivion run is kind of on hiatus for now. This is definitely going to take over. For one, between the two, like, I think some of the systems are definitely better in Tainted Grail. I do think there are some things in Oblivion that I like better, but I'm very excited to give this one another chance. There's a couple things that I learned since posting that impressions video that I put in the comment section just to kind of clarify that I'm more excited for, because I better understand the systems now. But if this is your first time hearing about Tainted Grail, this is an open world sandbox RPG set in a dark Arthurian legend setting. King Arthur has been dead for about 600 years, and basically this mystical, like, other world, the weirdness, lots of undead stuff, has basically come back into Avalon. There's this new plague, the Red Death, that's just like super lethal and super spreadable. So like basically once you get it, everyone's like isolated. And so King Arthur, well, we'll get to what exactly the story is with him once we get into the game. But it's very much an Elder Scrolls like. But at the same time, here's the weird thing. So all throughout today, I've noticed a lot of people asking if it is a Souls-like. I'm not sure exactly where that's coming from. Maybe it's just the aesthetics. It does have like a darker, less saturated vibe to it. I will say combat is overall more difficult than I would say like the Elder Scrolls is, but I do think that this game gives you slightly more tool. Like it's a push and pull. Right, I don't think that like the spell hot swap system, for example, is as clean as like Oblivion Remasters does. But what they do that's a little bit different is that like spells, for example, have 2 different modes that you can use for each spell. So like you have a short click and a long click version. But that all being said, you guys don't need to hear me ramble. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. So we want to jump into the prologue here, because we got a lot of stuff to do. Again, I kind of came in late here, a lot of tech problems. So we're very much hoping that those are resolved. All right, let's take a look here at the prologue and see what we got. I should probably... It's almost got like an upside down type feeling. But yeah, this Red Death is like no joke. It's gross. Hey, what's up, man? One? How you doing? Stuck in everlasting autumn. Oh, why? Wait. Why is audio not going? Hold up. Why is... There we go. Okay, my apologies. That was on me. That wasn't... I can't put that one on my computer. Okay. So... Oh, also, we're also running this as a bit of a test, because we are multi-streaming. So we'll see how that works. In theory, it should be fine, because I'm using Restream. So technically, it's only uploading or yeah, technically it's only uploading once, so we shouldn't have any performance issues, but just a heads up, we are trying that, so hopefully it all works. And just completed the demo. Want to see what other people think of the game. Well, I have actually played, this isn't like my very first time, so I got access to the 1.0 copy for creators and was able to play for a bit over the past week. I only played for about 4 hours. I do have a video up on my YouTube channel of all like my initial impressions. So I was trying to think of like what kind of character that I wanted to play. Oh, we're gonna be muscular, heck yeah. And I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try and I don't know how I'm gonna make this work. I didn't really plan out this build too much, just based off of like, and I think a lot of it's gonna come down to what items we find too. But I think because we didn't really get around to it in the Oblivion Remastered playthrough, I think I'm gonna try and make a faux Witcher build. I don't know exactly how it works. It's probably gonna come down to some kind of melee class with like control magic. So we'll see how we can make that work. That one's interesting. Heck no. That looks greasy as all get up. No, we definitely want, nope. Okay, I typically kind of like this hairstyle. That's kind of fine. That one might be a little bit better. That's too much forehead. Like this one's kind of fine. That one's kind of fine. Maybe we do that. I don't really like the ponytail though. Maybe just go with this. Honestly, this is kind of, I think this is fine. Or maybe we do this. I kind of like this actually. Yeah, let's go with like the comb over. So I think we're gonna go with probably, yeah, definitely not the dark red. There's no like dual tint here, it doesn't look like. So maybe we just go with like a light gray perhaps. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Although maybe we do, nah, again, like I said, I don't really. Yeah, no, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And then no, we're gonna go with like the platinum blonde. We're gonna go with like the Targaryen look. And now let's figure out a face. What face? Okay, that was like an old lady. These are all weird faces. Can we have an attractive face? The answer is no. Okay. I kind of wanted to zoom out. I feel like being too close up is like making me judge it too hard. All right, we're gonna go with, let's go with green eyes. Not that we're gonna see these much anyway. Facial details. Maybe let's get some cool tattoos, maybe? Or maybe some scars from fighting some monsters. What is that? Just wrinkles? No, I like that. I like that. Let's go with the dark look. Ooh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to bring it. There is like a weird, like, Celtic theme that they added into this, right? Like, you wouldn't think that's the case with King Arthur, but there is slightly like that twist. So I feel like making her like a weird, like, Viking Witcher could be kind of cool. Ooh, I do like that. I do like that a lot. I do like that. Like, this is very simple, but I like it. Yeah, we're gonna do, oh, we go with red. Yeah, the facial presets. I mean, if we're being honest, pretty much any game that comes out nowadays is gonna be like that. Do we just go black? I think we just go black just to match the makeup. Kind of weird that I couldn't change the makeup color, but okay. And then body tattoos. Which ones did I pick on my dude? Those are pretty dope. Nah, those are too like slashy. I think we're gonna go. Nah, I think I'm going back to these. Yeah, those look cool. And we'll just go black on those. And then, yeah, we're going to be Ganyonz, the female Witcher. Okay, now I've debated on this. I've debated on this. I'm torn between adventurer and veteran. I think I'm just gonna do adventurer though. I thought about going up to veteran, but there's a lot of tough combat that I found.
And I hope this time you'll cooperate without me needing to repeatedly hit you in the face, eh?
And I'd rather have fun than beating my head against the wall. All right, what's up, brother?
Look, we just have to get...
Even though he's got me prisoner, but...
Unless you want a visit from someone upstairs. And, trust me, you don't. Just like before, no food until we're done here. And the moment you start getting on my nerves, we're going back to my tried and tested fists. So, tell me, what were you doing in the forest when the Red Shields caught you?
Yeah, the game in general, from what I found from combat, I think I'm assuming that over time it'll probably get easier. The biggest challenge that I found was just stamina management, but I'm assuming that the farther you get in, the more stamina you get, probably the easier the combat will get. Or if you're playing a range class, I don't think range classes are gonna have much trouble, but anything in melee, because the parry window is so small. All right, so we get to pick kind of our background here, which is going to give us some bonuses to our stats. So I don't really care that much. I definitely don't care about heavy armor. I'm not sure if I'm going to go light or medium. Light would give us more like mobility. So we could potentially go this like archer route, although I don't really want to do archer, but everything else is kind of what I'm looking for. This might actually be better. Having agility, sneak, light armor, and one-handed might be what I'm looking for. Actually, I think this is... Oh, this is just 100% what I want to do. While I would like for there to be maybe medium armor, I think having... Like I said, I'm probably going to end up going light armor with one-handed weapons, magic, and alchemy.
Yeah,
and this is all great.
You look like one of those half-starved druids who survived the Charred Conclave.
Perfect for our supposed Witcher run.
By now, so there aren't many of you crooks left out there. So, you're a tree hugger then?
Might as well just play Witcher. It's on crazy sale right now. It was like, what, like $3? That's nuts. Alchemy, cooking, and blood transfusion, or light armor, athletics, and magic. I think I'm probably just going to take the... Man, the +9 in alchemy could be nice. But I think I'm just going to take the... Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the stats in light armor. And magic.
Big talk, as always. Yeah, I've never seen you people do anything but fireworks and illusions. Not much use during a real fight, as is evident from you being in here rather than out there. Okay.
Whoa, what was going on with his hand? Why was that blending like that?
Unfortunately, we'll have to stop.
Uh-oh.
I've always found it puzzling that these people won't bathe. You, I understand. You're literally rotting in this damned cell. But them? There's just no excuse for the stench.
That guard's a stinky.
There they are. Finally.
Oh, I wonder if it's a DLSS thing.
A million questions, but they'll have to wait. One of these keys will open your cell. When you get out, head left. I'll scout ahead.
Well, that's mighty kind of you, stranger. Yeah, what's going on? Why are we getting that blending effect? Because I don't have... It's not a... Is it under display? Is it under display? Or, oh, it is on. Okay, I thought I turned that off. Yeah, block definitely seems like it's got some struggles to it. Oh boy, we're also yeah, I've noticed that too. I've been dropping some frames every once in a while. Okay, so let's go ahead and take the mead. We'll take all this. Actually, I'm just going to take everything off you. Okay, so let's go ahead and put on everything we see here. Do our best guard impression, and then let's go ahead and do that in our left hand. That's cool. That's like a whole 100 FPS drop. Yeah, and then we're not putting in the mead. Heal 48. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and explore. I don't remember. Yeah, see, I know some of these. Okay, so of course he said go left, so we go right. So my assumption, if I remember correctly, is that we can only block if we don't have a spell in this hand, right? Which, if I'm being honest, is it's a little weird. I kind of am surprised that literally the difference between doing this and this, like you can't do that, but I suppose it's more of a mechanical thing than an actual gameplay. Right, like in world it doesn't make sense, but obviously for gameplay purposes, like we need that button to be able to cast spells. Let's see. We'll just take everything for now. Cooking for the resistant. Not everyone has refined taste buds, and that's perfectly fine. I'm Auntie Mildred here with this simple recipe for those who prefer straightforward flavors. For moderate hunger, try Beggar's Fare, a staple for folks just like you. New recipe unlocked. Okay, we'll definitely take all of that. Yes, yes. Yeah, let's take all that. We're going to cook a couple meals here first up. Although, do I have... Oh, yeah, there we go. Recipes. Cool. So, we'll make one mashed potato. Delicious. And we'll make some Beggar's Fare. Oh, actually, I could have just crafted many, but that's fine. So, that's already in our slot there. Perfect. Good sir. Oh, guard key. Coin. We don't need his pants. Yeah, we don't need any of that. Oh, wait. Take the coin. Yeah. Coin purse. We'll take the ale. Now this is a lock-picking system I can get behind. Oblivion, eat your heart out. Oh my god, that was a nightmare. That was a nightmare, lockpicking and trying to figure out the lockpicking in that game. Ooh-wee. That was not good. Okay, can I open this? Is there anything in here? What's up, boy? Okay, apparently he's been here a long time. That's a lot of blood. Okay, well, we can't go that way anyway. We got some books, jar. Oh, ale. We'll definitely need some ale, some devil snare. Devil snare. He doesn't like the light. All right, well, I guess we're going left. Let's go ahead and check all these, though. Nice. Nice. Wait, you're teaching me parry now? Oh, right, because this is the room with the hole in it. So tap block right before the enemy's attack to execute a parry. Successful parry prevents all damage and drains a hefty amount of stamina. Unless you have a shield in your offhand, parrying is unavailable when you have spells equipped. Got it. So you can pair. So if you have a spell in your right hand and a shield, or I don't know if it counts that as offhand, on hand. So if you have a spell, you need a shield, basically. Which again, that's a little strange, but we'll go with it. Do I get anything for reading that? No, I don't. Oh, crap.
The word protects me.
There we go. And I started blasting. Just give me all your stuff. We'll probably sell it later. Okay, first things first. Let's continue checking all these cells. Lock seems to be broken. All right, well, we're not going that way. Ooh, a heart? Somebody smashed the jar on the ground. Note written in blood. To anyone who finds this note, you need to run before they start your treatment, and it makes you realize you need to gnaw your own legs off. Promise that you are not sick, and even if you are, they will not cure you. Save yourself as I did. I stole a small glass jar when they weren't looking, broke it into Chinese shards, and swallowed them all. Damn, that's cursed. Yeah, I think, well, so I have thoughts about that system too. That being, in general, like, I think the loadout system is obviously fine. I don't have an issue with the loadout system as it stands. The weirdness I find is all of the items that you need to, like, all your survival stuff, so like your digging, mining, lumbering, all that stuff counts as a loadout slot. That's what I don't really understand. Especially, like, if you want to do magic, I would think you would want to have access to more loadout slots. And if you have items that are... Oh, I'll just get rid of all these here. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do that. Can we talk? Can we chat? Sorry, Lisa, but you gotta die now. My apologies. Oh, that was... I was trying to push. The game's telling me to push, but I can't push when I got a spell in my hand. Oh, I do have a dagger now. Wait, I need to take this off. Yeah, so I can get that out of the way. Sorry, girl. That is not what I intended to do. You could have lived.
Drip. 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 Do you hear it? Soon the king will return.
Yeah, this is a cursed plague.
They laughed, but they'll soon see for themselves. Drip. 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 The storm is gathering.
What are you talking about?
At last, the age of resurrections shall end, and then the once and future king will return. I cannot wait to behold his radiance, drip after drip. With each drop, it gets closer and closer.
You're free. Go.
None of us are free. We are all bound. All bound. And to go? No. I don't want to. I found my place to await the king. You can go if you want, but you won't get far. We are all bound. All bound. Drip after drip. Closer and closer.
Man, Helge, that is cursed. Yeah, so in order to do anything, like if you get a spade, for example, and you want to dig something out of the ground, you're gonna have to have a loadout slot for that as well. Ooh, there's a little sneaky path. All right, let's check over here first, though. Take the brain. I'll take that. A big... Oh, there's a big glass bottle as opposed to a little glass bottle. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff on the shelf. Don't mind if I do. I probably don't need the jars, though. I guess I'll take that. I don't think I need... Yeah, I don't think I need just regular jars. I think those are just basically garbage. And we came from there. We'll take the shrooms. We'll make some potions later. Oh, this is just on the other side of where I went in from. Oh, the lot. Wait. Well, what good was that? All right. So I guess we just continue on. Yeah. Okay, we just continue on this way. Coin. Don't need any of that. We loot all of the stuff. Yes. I would love the meats. An old letter. My dear Urfir, I have finally arrived at the island asylum and have received my preliminary medical examination. Father Vaughn said my symptoms point to the very early stages of the Red Death, and that I did very well to come here of my own will. He promised to do everything in his power to help me and to make sure our son, I write son because I can feel the truth of that with each heartbeat, Urfir, is born healthy. I know you had doubts about me coming here, but I really am of good cheer. I will keep you up to date on my progress. I hope to see you soon. I love you and miss you very much. Forever yours, Katrin. P.S. I'm thinking of the name. I dislike the name. I very much dislike the name. There we go. Take the milk. Yeah, I kind of agree. You know, not every game is going to be perfect system-wise, but yeah, I'm not really sure. You know, I'm not sure that I fully understand the reason behind it, why you can't just have the item in your inventory, but I'm assuming at some point there was probably a reason why that was the case. Are any of these better? Those are just like slightly brighter. Those are awful. Okay, here. Are any of these better? So I want to be staying in the light armor range. There we go. Yeah, because I get a bunch of bonuses if we're in light armor range. Ooh, that is ugly. That's cool. We'll stick with that. I forgot about that. I definitely forgot about that. Yeah, I think going light armor 2, giving us access to an additional dodge will be really nice going forward. Since again, I think in general dodges are better than. I don't know why I keep dodging forward though. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening. There we go. That was almost rough. Yeah, that was weird. It was only happening when I was going backwards. Like, it seems to be fine now. Wait, what is this status? Can I see what that is? Character perhaps? No. There's like a broken bone status on me after all my dodges go. Like I can still. Does it hurt me? Like I can still. So why can I still dodge if I don't have any points left? What's the difference? There we go. Right, like, I would think that once you're out of dodges, like, you need to wait for them to recharge. Oh, I guess we're taking the basket. I thought there was something in the basket. Oh, shit. There we go. A drowner tongue? Yuck, what is that? I like how there's just like literal brains everywhere. Notes on weirdness mutation. The mutational changes are not significant, although they span the internal organs. The heart enlarged the size of 2 adult fists, which is about the size of a brain. Increased pulmonary function. Among the contents of the stomachs are remains of undigested human flesh. Most probably belonged to the deceased. Visible bite marks on his arms. Ugh, he was eating himself? Mutation area overall. An amalgamation of human and porcine internal organs. A 2-chambered stomach with significantly increased capacity and unnatural tissue fusing the hose within the body. The head joined together in shape worse than any nightmare. Man, the weirdness is messed up. Ah, frick. Let's blast him. There we go. Okay, let's continue down this pathway. Before we go and split paths, otherwise I'm going to lose my way. I have no idea where I'm going. Okay. Father Vaughn's notes. No, I don't need to read those. Measuring tool, big glass bottle. Medic saw. Nothing else worthwhile, it seems. Ooh, how do we get in there? Ooh, pickaxe, we'll take that. Oh, I totally missed this. So, yeah, so in my first few hours that I played, I didn't pick up the pickaxe because I figured it was just like, you know, we were going to get a million of them along the way. And so I never got that tooltip. Oh, frick. Yeah, so if we look in here now... Wait, huh? Okay, hold that thought about the pickaxe needing to be in your hand. Okay, well, hang on. What happens... Ah, frick. Weird, because, like, I have video of it happening, so it happened at one point. I don't know what the deal is with that now.
The word protect.
Why do you keep jumping forward? This is so weird. I wonder if my W key is sticking. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just sticking. Yeah, I never came back here. Wait, no, I had to have come back here because I've gone into this room. Oh, but there's another entrance. Oh, that's how I got there. Okay, because I was gonna say, because I've definitely been in that room before, because I've seen that that guy on the table. Ooh, a sharpening stone. I don't think I've seen that before. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything else. Brother Cyrus, self-experimentation, wants to know the patient's perspective. The aim is to gain knowledge about the stimuli our patients experience. Huh.
Who's there? Forgive me, but my eyes fail me these days.
That's kind of messed up. Oh, scientists in general are messed up.
I'm very, very sick.
Hang on. I'm covering up these subtitles. Scoot over just a bit. Just a skosh. Who are you?
I am Brother Sirius. Your question suggests that you are not one of the Red Priests. Did you escape yourself? You really should have stayed there. We can't let the plague spread any further. Although, I understand.
I think we all do. I think we've all been through a similar plaguey, diseasey, virusy, you could say, you know, a situation, whatever you might call it, where, you know, we all had to put ourselves in a locked cell, you could say, metaphorically, for, I don't know, maybe like 2 years or something like that. Why are you locked up?
When I discovered that I'd fallen ill, I asked to be placed in a
Oh,
cell
he is actually sick.
so
I
to
thought...
understand the experiments from the patient's perspective.
Oh, I thought he was just experimenting. I didn't realize he was actually
Provoke
sick.
the strongest reactions. And I also wanted to equip my brothers with new tools for their work.
You don't look well. It looks like your illness has progressed quite far.
4th stage, if I'm not mistaken. We've identified 6, so I'm not far from my end. The 1st stage is the most treacherous, when the symptoms are almost invisible. But that's when the disease spreads fastest. It was the same with me. From the 2nd to 4th stages, the symptoms become visible. Fever, tooth loss, painful sores, festering wounds that won't heal. The last 2 stages are visceral, the worst possible. The victim's insides burn up, turning to mush. The brain starts to die, and the body becomes a mindless shell. That's what's ahead of me.
Did the Red Priest really cure the Red Death?
We've had some success treating it up to the 4th stage. But it's still a gamble. Sometimes we manage to push the disease from stage 3 back to stage 1, only to see it jump to stage 5 as soon as treatment stops.
That's rough.
We believe that with the weirdness, we could eliminate this randomness.
How would the weirdness cure the Red Death?
The weirdness, my child, is pure potential. That's the theory. In practice, we tried to direct its power where we needed it most. The effects, shall we say, varied. May the prophet's word be a safe haven for you.
Yeah, so I didn't know, like, anything about that the first time playing through this. Why is the hitbox so weird? So we're gonna see what he's talking about, the whole, like, how your brain goes to mush. We're gonna see that quite a bit later. But it's no joke. You probably would prefer just to be put out of your misery.